sea field. The water covers the shore near sea level, but as one goes towards the sea, there is a gradient followed by a flat or plateau-like structure which is very wide and vast. This base of the sea has some slopes, uphills and plateaus. This depth ranges from 3000 to 6000 meters and comprises of 75.9% of the sea base or marine base. The percentage varies from seas to oceans. For example, in Pacific Ocean, it is 80.3%, whereas in Indian Ocean, it is 80.1%, and in Atlantic Ocean, it is 54.9%. Though apparently seen as a plateau, it also consists of small and big hills and ranges of mountains. Some hills having steep gradient appear as an island when seen on the surface. Mid-Atlantic hills, East Pacific hills and some hills in Indian Ocean are the classic examples. There are plant and animal deposits on these hills. The landforms such as marine hill ranges and plateaus are important features at the base of sea or ocean. These hill ranges are very wide and run thousands of kilometers in length. At some places, their heights are so big that they appear on the water surface. They are called as marine islands. Then there are some plateaus which are wide and vast. They are called as marine plateaus. For example, the Chagos Plateau in Indian Ocean, marine depressions and marine troughs. There are high and low areas at the base of the ocean similar to the mountains and valleys we find on the land. At the base of the sea or ocean, one finds deep, narrow and steep depressions which are called as marine depressions and marine troughs or trenches. There are two types. One, very deep and wide, known as marine depressions. Two, continuous, long but narrow depressions called as marine troughs or trenches. They have steep gradient and its depth goes to thousands of meters. Mariana Trench in Pacific Ocean has a depth of 11,034 meters. The trench is an active part in base of the sea. There are many waking volcanoes found in the base of the sea. Friends, do you know how these troughs and depressions are named? They are named after the scientist who discovered them. For example, Murray Depression is named after Murray. Sunda Trough is in Indian Ocean named after the places in Japan. There are 57 troughs in different oceans that are known to us. 32 in Pacific Ocean, 19 in Atlantic Ocean and 6 in the Indian Ocean. Friends, there are many oceans on the earth and every ocean floor or ocean base is different. The expansion of Pacific Ocean is the highest, followed by the Atlantic Ocean and then the Indian Ocean. There are 2,000 islands in the Pacific Ocean. Kuril Islands, Japan, Philippines, Indonesia and New Zealand are some of the islands on its seabed. Bering Sea, Sea of Okhotsk, Japan, Yellow Sea, Eastern China Sea, Java Sea, Coral Sea, Tasman Sea and many more. The eastern coastal area of the Pacific Ocean has a vast area at the seabed having an average width of 160 to 1600 kilometers and the depth is 1000 to 2000 meters. Whereas the western coastal area's seabed is narrow and has rows of mountains. The Atlantic Ocean is spread over between North America, South America, Europe and Africa. It resembles the alphabet S. The Atlantic Ocean is wide at the north of the equator and narrow on the southern part of the equator. The seabed or base has Bisque and Cape of Good Hope and Brazilian land on the coastal area. The vastest or spread over area is found at Newfoundland, that is Grand Bank, and British Islands, that is Dogger Bank. The central mountain range is found in the Atlantic Ocean. The depth is more than 4,000 meters. On the northern side, it is called as Dolphin Mountain Range, and on the southern side, it is called as Challenger. There are some banks between the eastern and western parts of the Atlantic Ocean. The spread over area of Indian Ocean is smaller than Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. The average depth is 4,000 meters. On the northern side of Indian Ocean, it is divided into two parts, the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. The spread is wider in the southern area of the Indian Ocean. Java or Sunda, Obe, Mauritius and Amirante are the depressions present here. Marine deposits. Because the base of the sea is flat, there are deposits of various things. There is diversity in it. The small stones, rough sand, microparticles of soil which are carried in by the rivers and the snow rivers get deposited on the seabed. These components which get deposited are known as sea sediments. The ash that comes out of a volcano gets deposited on the seabed. Then there are small particles getting deposited in large quantity. The remnants of marine plants and marine animals get deposited in the form of soft mud. It forms almost 30% of the deposits and is called as marine deposits. Remember, it is important to take into consideration the age of the seabed or base. After studying the deposits, it is concluded that the age of the sea base is not less than 200 million years. The age of the rocks on the land is around 3,200 million years. After studying the rocks on the sea base, they were found out to be not more than 200 million years old. What did we learn? The sea base gradient and the area occupied by the flat base. Marine plateau and the flat and spread over area on the marine hills. Marine depressions and troughs or trenches, depth, narrow and acute gradient of landforms. Marine islands, the most spread over sea base. Sea sediments, the deposits from rivers and snow rivers. Marine deposits, the remnants of plant and animal in the soft mud. Age of the sea base. Exercise. Names of the islands in Pacific Ocean. Locating Mariana Depression or trench in the map. Locating Dogger and Grand Bank. Find out the size of Atlantic Ocean and name the mountain ranges in it.